Hello, and welcome to Devlog number 1 of Liquid Space, a space shooter being developed by myself, Ben Kramer. For the last 2 weeks, I've been grinding away at the third level of the game, Venus Dimension, a bizarre desert filled with aquatic life. I've been modeling, animating, and designing new enemies, creating architecture for the level, and most importantly, greyboxing. When I design a level, I use a process called greyboxing. This is where you use simple shapes to represent your environment to test out how the level feels to play before committing too much to the visual style. If your level's not fun with just simple blocks, then it's probably not fun with really fancy architecture either. So for me, I start by designing the models I'll use as the obstacles and some decorators. I then put them in a scene to make sure they work together, then start actually designing the level using those models. This is to make the process as drag and drop as possible. Because of this, it's important you don't do too much besides the level design in this stage. You'll notice the environment is quite boring in non-essential areas and most objects are untextured. This is to make sure I don't get ahead of myself and instead focus strictly on how it feels to play through. There's a lot of ways to greybox. From making everything a literal gray box, to modeling every object without texturing or adding too much decoration. Personally, I am not very strict when it comes to this process. I like to texture very select objects to see if the colors I have in mind will work, then leave everything else white or gray. However, it's important not to go too far. Oftentimes I feel quite overwhelmed if I try to do too much. In these cases, even scaling back the colors can give you a surprising amount of mental clarity and make finishing the level easier. While greyboxing was the main focus since the last video, I also took some time to improve a few other areas. For one, I modeled, animated, and designed a new turtle enemy that takes lots of damage but can be destroyed easily using the laser beam ability. This is to encourage the player to play around with the beam and see what kinds of enemies it's effective against. I also experimented with a new water material that'll feel more fitting for the low poly style of the game. My old material looked nice but didn't quite fit. This new one is more cohesive with the style of the rest of the game. It needs a little more work to get just the way I want it, but I'm very happy with it so far. Thank you to Indie MMO for the great tutorial on how to do this. Link is in the description if you're interested. For next time, I'll be doing more greyboxing. I want to finish the design of the level so I can start adding more color and really make the environment pop. I also need to decide how to end the level. An on-rails boss, a free fly boss, some other challenge? I'm not sure yet, but hope to have an answer soon. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to see the next devlog for Liquid Space.